A lion will never hate sheep. In fact, a lion loves sheep. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. A lion is on a different level. There's different levels to this. And when you reach a certain level with Christ, there's nothing a sheep can say that can bore you. Like, you can't, like, it don't even mean, like, you could be talking and listen or what. It don't even mean nothing to me. It's like the lion and the sheep. There's nothing the sheep can say that can bother a lion. I don't care how much that lion is that sheep enemy. I don't care how much that sheep hate that lion. It's impossible for the lion to hate the sheep. He said it's impossible for me to hate lamb chops. I can't hate you. I can't see you as my enemy. In fact, I want to see you every day because you're a lion. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, Bahamas. You have to reach that place with Christ where you just at a different level where it's like, ain't nothing you can say that can bother me. Like, you're a sheep. I'm a lion. Like, I'm a different, like, two different levels. I ain't saying that you're saying you're better than people in them. What I am saying is that when you get Christ in you, I am better than whatever that situation is. You try and drive me. It's just too good for that. I ain't got nothing to say. Come on, you the type of people who's look at emails and then go to sleep like you know how to answer that email. You can forget about it. You look at a phone call, look at the name and be like, oh, yeah, right. You go to your bed. It don't bother you. So God, pray to be blessed, guys, protect us. Help us not to be arrogant. Please help us, Heavenly Father, not to be stressed out. Please help us, Heavenly Father, just to be like Christ. That's it. You know what I mean? To rise above all of this and to put Jesus first. In Jesus Christ, and we pray. Amen.
The views expressed on this program are not the views of ZNS TV 13 and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
At the Lyndon Bindling International Airport, I'm Corvell Pyfrom. This is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, the Director of Education comments on the alleged beating of a 10-year-old student by a police officer. Also, new details on the suspicious death of a man found dead in the capital on Saturday. And then later, it's Super Bowl Sunday. We're on the streets to find out if it's the Chiefs or the Eagles. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Devontae Hanna, filling in for Desmond Saunders. Tonight, Director of Education Dominic McCartney Russell chiming in on the alleged abuse of a fourth grader at A.P. Roberts Primary School who was reportedly beaten by a police officer during school hours last week. According to the mother of the 10-year-old boy, he had to be hospitalized. McCartney Russell made it a point to assure the public the officer involved is a reservist.
I'm really grateful that the matter, it was not our school resource officer. It is not a police officer. I'm told that it was a reserve officer, but that matter is under investigation. I can tell you that much. We're really grateful for the school resource officer program. As we indicated, these officers are specially trained, and so they are not there as a military. They are there to provide mentorship. They're there to provide support for our children.
McCartney Russell is drawing light to the good things those officers are doing, attributing a decrease in school violence to their presence.
And as a result of their placement on our campuses, we've actually seen fights gone down by 17% last school year. And so we're really grateful for their presence in our campuses.
Meantime, new details in a story first broken here on ZNS, the suspicious death of a man in Eastern Estates. According to authorities, the victim is a Cuban national. Police say the body of the victim was found with injuries around 4 p.m. Saturday at her home on Willett Street off Prince Charles Drive. Officers say EMS rushed to the scene but found no signs of life. Investigations remain ongoing. Continuing a disturbing trend, police reported 2 cars, a silver 2017 Nissan Note and a gray 2013 Nissan Note were stolen overnight here in the capital. It comes as police reveal a 53% increase in stolen vehicles over the last year. Now, according to Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles, the number of stolen vehicles reported in 2024 increased from 257 in 2023 to 315. Meantime, 2 cars reported stolen last week were recovered by officers this weekend. Commissioner Knowles says just last year alone, the police force had a 50% recovery rate.
There were 392 stolen vehicles, and the Nissan-made vehicles were the most targeted, representing 36% of all vehicles stolen. The Nissan Note and March were the predominant models stolen, while residents were the most targeted locations. 50% of all stolen vehicles in 2024 were recovered.
Now, shifting gears to financial news, Operations Manager at the Department of Inland Revenue, Dexter Fernandez, is tonight allaying fears of retailers surrounding the government's proposed VAT cut on food items. Earlier this year, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis announced a 5% slash to VAT on all food items from food stores, except those items from the deli, to aid Bahamians as the cost of living continues to climb. The change is set to take effect on April 1. Now, Fernandez says grocers will be given sufficient time to change over their point-of-sale systems, noting that information is readily available on the Department of Inland Revenue's website, and he says the team is also willing to assist in person. He also added that the final word on the transition will be released following government's mid-year budget.
It will be similar to the other transitional guides where we moved from 12 to 10 and 10 from 7.5, etc. It's the same document inside there. How do you point your inventory before the new rate comes in? You would have seen that also every year. The same individuals that will take part of this new VAT rate is the same individuals who would have taken part in the back to school initiatives. So they're used to their point of sale system adjusting to multiple rates. And so we are just waiting for the deliberations with the mid-year budget. Once that is tabled, we'll be able to execute the necessary documents.
In other news, a massive 7.2 magnitude earthquake around 6:23 last night rattled the Cayman Islands and had Bahamian officials on high alert after a special advisory was sent out warning of a possible tsunami threat here in the Bahamas. Late last night, the Bahamas Department of Meteorology reported the islands of the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands might experience elevated seas between 7:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. That did not happen, and the alert was later canceled. According to international reports, there has been no loss of life in the Cayman Islands. So some upbeat news there. But after the break, we talk all about youth development. Stay with us. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC, wherever your journey takes you.
Jumped into Junkanoo with a Junkanoo Jitney tour recently as part of the ministry's month-long launch of the cross-curricular integration of Junkanoo. Owner and manager of the Junkanoo Jitney tour, Rondi Trico, led educators through the tour, which included a visit to the Junkanoo Shack of one of the leading Junkanoo groups in the country, where educators had the opportunity to create their own Junkanoo headpieces.
Junkanoo Jitney was created so that we could explain in detail how we get the Junkanoo product from the shack to the street, right? So what we do is we give examples of how science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics apply to the art of Junkanoo and all the various things that go into making this product a success on Bay Street. We allow people to come into the Junkanoo Shack so that they can see the various jobs that are held in the Junkanoo Shack, to see all the different construction details.
Educator Terrell Terrell Williams shared his takeaway from the experience.
What I was most interested in was the styrofoam. How the foam is cut. It's amazing how much the pieces cost in terms of styrofoam. The effort that they put into the costume is extremely important. Also, we learned, and I think I had an idea of the price of the decorations, the feathers, and I understand that Jonkno is really a thing that people are mostly passionate for because you can't be paid for it. The building of the costume, those craft exercises will be really nice for my younger kids, where we're talking about culture and teaching them about the materials used in Jonkno and
Johnny McIntyre.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Welcome back. Tonight, a story on young men seeking the opportunity to develop life skills and receive positive guidance from certified youth mentors who gather every Saturday, that is, at the Fox Hill Community Center to take part in a male development workshop. The program, a result of a partnership between Urban Renewal and Corporate Bahamas, is led by co-founder Kareem Hanchel. Along with a team of youth leaders, they gather and dedicate 3 hours weekly toward assisting at-risk young men. And Hanchel says it may just be the first workshop for the year, but the relevancy proves that it is here to stay.
There's a lot of information, a lot of opportunities that was never really given to young men in terms of interpersonal development. And I recognize that we needed a solution to assist in helping to curb future crime. And what we recognize is that future crime, majority of persons that will be impacted by future crime or facilities of it would be coming from the sector or segment of ages of 12 to 17. And I figured now would be a good time for us to create an opportunity.
Reagan Joseph, a 15-year-old participant of the workshop, says while he has grasped an idea of what being a man means, the opportunity to receive guidance from the mentors is invaluable.
A lot of harm is going on in the Bahamas due to those ages, because a lot of young people are influenced by the wrong crew and the wrong crowd, their friends, the area, and it just is a positive mindset to just come here and feel free to be able to learn and express yourself due to the area you live in, due to your friends and the company you keep.
Good stuff there. Well, it was all about being posh this weekend as, get this, 12-year-old Nyla Simonet, an 8th grade student of Queens College, hosted the 3rd annual Posh Symposium for adolescent girls. Posh, an organization founded by Simonet, focuses on assisting young women as they navigate their teenage years headed into adulthood, with mental health becoming a focus for young people and low self-esteem plaguing young women. Simonet says she believes this symposium provides a solution.
It came about during COVID when I realized how many young people really were just committing suicides and not feeling their self-worth and realizing how important they are. So I wanted to create something that helped them to realize that so that those kinds of things wouldn't happen.
Well, spouse of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, the keynote speaker, urged attendees to understand their value as young women.
The world needs all of you. All of your unique contributions, the world needs you. And by being true to yourself, you will inspire others to do the same. And you must seek support. Never be afraid to seek support when you need it. Surround yourself with friends, family, and mentors who believe in you, your potential, and will give you support, okay? Don't have anyone around you who will be whispering negative things in your ear that just doesn't fit. Don't have that. But you have to have positive things going on around you all the time.
Also talking women empowerment, Straw Incorporated Center for Young Women received gifts from a group of Americans for young Bahamian women yesterday. The group is dedicated to community improvement by enhancing the lives of others through volunteer service. Members of the General Federation of Women's Clubs in the United States, led by Suellen Brazil International President, says the ladies cruised to the Bahamas with bags packed with essential items for young women in need across the country.
Time we travel to outside of the United States, that we would always be interested in doing something of service. That's what our organization is founded on, is serving others, helping them to address issues, helping them to know what kinds of strategies they have, teaching them more things as well as the members themselves. And so having that opportunity to come to Nassau and for Shannon to connect with Straw is just absolutely perfect, and it adds to the real oomph of our trip here. Yeah, we can go somewhere and have a fun time, but if we can make a difference somewhere we touch ground, then that's really important. And
well, Shannon Bailey hopes to empower young women and reassure them that they're supported and loved even beyond Bahamian borders.
It's a lot of toiletry items, period items, some books for just training women about menstruation. All of our members just have a heart for volunteering and giving back to the community, and specifically nationwide and with our international affiliates, we are very passionate about serving women and children and families.
Great work there. Well, up next is sports, and we're touching base with the superstar VJ Edgecombe. Stay with us.
Get the glow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
A foreign charter fishing vessel named the Highly Migratory was recently seized in Bahamian waters after reports of illegal foreign charter operations in the region. The 44-foot vessel was apprehended by officers from the Department of Marine Resources, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Bahamas Customs, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force in West End, Grand Bahama.
Operation Red Dawn was launched with a clear and strong mission, that being to ensure that our natural fisheries are protected to the highest standard. For many years, Bahamian fishermen have raised their voices in concern over illegal operations threatening our waters, our economy, and quite simply, our way of life. Today, we are here to declare that your voices have not fallen on deaf ears.
The operator and the two deckhands were arrested and charged with violating fisheries laws and criminal offenses under the Firearms Act. Marine Resources Director Gregory Bethel emphasized that these unregulated activities lead to unrecorded fish harvests, which threaten conservation efforts.
It is our job to ensure we protect our environment and conserve our resources for Bahamians. It is illegal to operate in our waters, whether it's on a commercial basis or sport fishing basis, without the relevant permits. Unfortunately, with this particular operation, we had gathered evidence where these persons have been in and out of the Bahamas operating illegally on more than 12 occasions.
The trio was arraigned in the 8 Mile Rock Magistrates Court on January 30th, where the prosecution requested that the case be transferred to the Supreme Court under the Fisheries Act 2020. Bail was denied, and the case was adjourned until March 5th, 2025, when a voluntary bill of indictment is expected to be filed. That said, Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell sends this message to our law-abiding local fishers.
We hear you, we stand with you, and we will continue to act on your behalf. To those who believe that they can operate outside the law, please take this as a warning. We will use every tool at our disposal, from strategic operations to utilizing technological advancements in order to ensure that our marine resources are protected today and for future generations.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The Sports Report is being brought to you by the Sedurwood Knolls National Junior Sailing Championship.
Welcome to your Super Bowl Sunday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Maybe baseball prospect Christian Robinson will be a non-roster invitee to Major League camp for spring training for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Robinson had a full season of minor league ball in 2024, his first after missing significant time from 2020 to 2023. 24-year-old right-handing hitting outfielder was Arizona's top prospect. He had .213 with 10 home runs, 4 RBIs, and stole 10 bases.
I always get excited when I hear the news, when I get the call, whether it was my first go or my first go with it, or this previous off season when I got the call. It was feeling a relief, more so this year than the first few years. Probably more excitement on that end, but still excited, very excited. I'm ready to go. I think at this point, the invite means a little bit more to me, if I'd say. And as I said earlier, just being prepared for that and showing that, I want to amount to the task that's given to me.
Collegiate basketball news: Bayman freshman basketball star VJ Edgecombe back on the floor yesterday after missing the previous game with an ankle injury and scored 15 of his 17 points in the second half after picking up 3 first-half fouls. He led a 16-0 second-half run for Baylor that would help them cruise to the 91-76 win.
Man, I feel great. God is good. Thank God it wasn't no like a broken leg or anything like that, or high ankle sprain where I'm out longer. So I'm blessed to stay on the floor. But it's happy to be back out there with my teammates, man. It's been great. Praying for Josh. Hopefully everything goes well. Glad to have Langston back. It's been a long time. So yeah, the team is great. We're flowing right now. And
so on hoops, Llamas men's national team preparing for the latest window of the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers here at home. Assistant Vice President of the Bahamas Basketball Federation, Moses Johnson, on what we can expect as far as the roster is concerned.
We're coming out with the 24 very shortly, but you'll have your same characters as the Kentuan Smiths. We were looking at hopefully Nathaniel Bastian for the first time. Jerron Burroughs, Keno Burroughs was the other statement, the OG of the group. Dominic Bridgewater, Calvin Clark, Franco Miller, Tavario Miller, just to name a few. So these will be the regular regular characters being a part of the team. We've tried to keep the general nucleus of the team going from window to window so that there's continuity. So we're looking forward to this team coming together and doing a good job and winning both games.
That's been a look at your sports on this Super Bowl Sunday. A check on weather when we return.
The Sports Report has been brought to you by the Sir Deward Knowles National Junior Sailing Championship.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks, so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
Get ready. The biggest junior regatta in the Bahamas is back. The Sir Deward Knowles National Junior Sailing Championship begins from February 20th to the 22nd at Montague Foreshore, featuring the very best in junior sailing, with clubs competing in Sunfish, Opti, Laser, and E-Class races. And that's not all. Youth talent will be on full display with performances from school pop bands and a special rusher from the winners of the Junior Junkanoo Parade. And it goes without saying, there'll be plenty of delicious bathing food and fun activities for kids of all ages on site. So mark those calendars. You won't want to miss this.
It's now time for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us live in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil. I know there were some pretty weird weather patterns across the region that had some implications for us here in the Bahamas. What can you tell us?
Good evening, Devontae. Last evening, an earthquake erupted some 130 miles to the southwest of the Cayman Islands, and that caused the Bahamas Department of Meteorology to issue an advisory of possible elevated seas in the southeast Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Island, which should have taken place between 7:30 and 9:30, and that advisory was discontinued at 9:45 last night. So things are now back to normal. But right now, outside of our studios, we are near clear skies with a temperature of 79 degrees, relative humidity 69%. We have easterly winds at 7 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,020.7, that's 30.14 inches. And the temperatures around the island, 77s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tool, Key, and also in Marshall, Barbacoa. The Berry Islands, Alistown, Bimini, 72. Harbor Island at 77 degrees. Rock, Sandy Lucia, 77 as well. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 80 degrees, 79 in Kemps, Bayside Andros, Black Point, Exuma, and Alistown, Cat Island. San Salvador, Rum Key, 79 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, they at 80 degrees. As we take you a little further south, Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, all at 80 degrees, 79 in Betsy Bay, Grand Turks at 79 degrees, and Matthew Town, Inagua at 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight, light and variable winds. This is for the northwest Bahamas. OC is going to be flat, 1 to 3 feet. Low tide takes place at 11:38 tonight. In the central islands, southeast winds, 10 to 15, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, the winds are a bit elevated, 12 to 18 knots out of the east. Wave heights moderate at 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. So we're asking small craft in the southeast Bahamas to continue to exercise caution. And then tomorrow, the winds become easterly in the northwestern islands, 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights building 2 to 4 feet. Your high tide on Monday will take place at 6:06 in the morning, with the low tide at 12:39 in the afternoon. For the central islands, increasing winds as well, easterly, 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet, and that will cause a caution flag to go for the central Bahamas. And in the southeast Bahamas, we see a further increase. Those speeds 15 to 20 knots remaining out of the east with the wave heights at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And to our satellite picture, we have near-clear skies throughout the 700 islands as that persistent high pressure remain in control of our water. And it seems as though that's going to be with us for the balance of next week. And our forecast for tonight, mostly clear and mild, 68 degrees for your low temperature. Tomorrow, we're looking at mostly sunny, very pleasant, high temperature 82. And your extended weather forecast, beautiful weather right into next week, weekend, with those daytime temperatures remaining rather warm, between 83, 84 degrees. Nighttime temperatures remain on the mild side. Devontae.
Thank you so much, Basil. Well, the big game is on, and our ZNS News team took to the streets, talking to fans, soaking in the energy. Our West colleague Forbes also soaked in the excitement. She has the details in this story.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, this evening is about to be a huge game. Two powerhouse teams are about to go against each other, and the smack talk has already begun.
Fans, I'm sorry, Eagles, but we got this. We got this. Cheers! I want to say, you know, you just going to have to be better next time, you know. It is what it is.
For the game, for me, anybody that beats the other team, yeah, I'm pulling for them.
And when it comes to the two teams that will be competing this afternoon, it will be the Kansas City Chiefs, defending champions, aiming for their third consecutive Super Bowl win, versus the Philadelphia Eagles, seeking redemption after their previous Super Bowl loss. They are eager for this championship. And what most Gen Zs are looking forward to, the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA.
I would like to see Eagles win, but I had to go against Warm Street and obviously Chiefs win so much.
Hold up for the Birds, baby. Birds, hold up. I got something for you. Got something for all y'all out here. Who we winning? The Birds win tonight. Bird game, baby.
It all goes down this evening, and we hope you tune in. Back to you, Devontae.
Oh, as you seem to be having all the fun. I don't know which team I'm going to go with tonight. My team didn't make it, so you know what? I'll probably pull for Kendrick Lamar during that halftime show. But that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Devontae Hanna. Thank you so much for watching. Good night and be safe.